Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. And I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you guys are interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to remind you guys of something that you should be, frankly, reminding yourselves every single day as a conscious manifestor. And that is that you and your desire are not separate. You and your desire are in fact one. And the reason this is why it's so important to remember is because when you remember and embody that principle and that concept in your day-to-day manifesting and in your day-to-day living, you are going to be much more aligned to the states that are actually going to bring you your manifestation into your 3D. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as a coach, as you know, I coach a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people, I also have a members-only channel where I do group coaching there. So that tends to come up a lot in different ways and under different forms and in different shapes, but ultimately it boils down to the same thing. It boils down to us when we are doubting our manifestations, when we're giving in to our fears, to our insecurities, to our worries, whether the things we want are going to manifest or not, whether we're wasting our time, and so on. It all boils down to us feeling separate from our manifestation, to us feeling like our manifestation is somewhere out there, somewhere in the outer world. We're separate from it. We may be able to have it or we may not be able to have it. We don't even know yet. Very often it doesn't even feel possible or it doesn't even feel very likely. And so we torture ourselves and our minds by embracing that separation with our manifestation and our desire, when in reality, we always are, we always have been, and we always will be one and the same with our desire and our manifestation. And why is that? Remember that no one and nothing is separate from anyone and anything else. We are all one. We are all one in consciousness. We're all individual expressions of one consciousness. We are all energetically connected 24/7, no exceptions. There is this continuous feedback loop that goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and we always all mirror one another, just as the circumstances of our lives also mirror what is within us. And also remember that our desires do not come from without. Our desires come from within. Our desires are already within us. Our desires have already been given to us by our higher self because we are meant to experience them. They are meant for us. They are meant to be an experience that we have and enjoy in this 3D world and in this 3D reality and experience. And as such, the only reason why our desires may feel separate from us is because we are cultivating this illusion in our mind that our manifestations do not belong to us, that our manifestations are somewhere in the external world and they might come to us, they might not come to us, they may never come to us, and we ourselves choose to see our desires as separate. We ourselves choose to see our desires as not one with us, when in reality, we are one with everything and anything. That, of course, includes our desires. Of course, even more so because our desires, like I said, always come from within. They never come from without. Even if it's something that concerns the outside world, which it usually is, the desire itself always comes from within. And when we say within, we mean our higher self, that higher self that is connected to God, Source, one consciousness, however you want to call it. Our desires are already given to us, and the only reason why we keep ourselves separate from them is because we're not accepting them as ours, we're not claiming them, we're not granting them to ourselves, and instead we give in to all of our doubts, all of our insecurities, all of our worries, all of our stressors, everything that we see as circumstances, and so on, instead of just accepting the desire, claiming it, living as the person who has the desire, if only in imagination at first, and in other words, feeling the oneness with whatever it is we desire, with whatever it is that we're manifesting. In other words, you guys, we are the ones who keep ourselves separate from our desires and we get in our own way. We are the only ones who are blocking ourselves from being one from that desire. Of course, even if we're doing that, we're still one with that desire, but it doesn't feel like it. We are keeping the desire away from manifesting in the 3D because we feel separate from it and we feel the desire separate from us. So because we don't identify with it, and remember what I just said, oneness of consciousness, the world always reflects who you dominantly are within. Your consciousness, where it is right now at this moment, doesn't allow your desire to get manifested in the outer world, or said a different way, it doesn't allow the outer world to reflect your desire back to you the way that it would if you claimed your desire as yours and if you felt one with your desire as you are, as you always have been, and as you always will be. So once you realize that, you guys, that is a very, very fundamental concept and principle that you have to live by as a conscious manifestor, that you are always one with your desire. You're never separate from your desire. This is why we say our desires are a promise. This is why we say our desires are meant for us, because they were born in us, through us, from us, and by us, through the aid of no other man, as Neville would also put it. We already are one with our desire. We're not waiting to be one with our desire. The only thing we need to do is accept that we are one with our desire, claim it, grant it to ourselves, and identify ourselves with that desire. In other words, identify ourselves with the state in which we would be if that desire was in our 3D right now. That is the practical way of looking at it, but the spiritual way of looking at it is identifying as one with your desire, never viewing your desire as separate from you, never viewing your desire as something that is out there, not meant for you or maybe not meant for you, and instead fusing yourself with that desire, accepting it, identifying as your desire or as having your desire, whatever that might be, and living in the day-to-day with that assumption, with that conception of yourself, with that conception and perception of your reality, until you actually see it reflected in the 3D. But before it gets reflected to the 3D, you have already accepted your desire as one with you. You have accepted yourself as one with your desire. So you're giving it momentum to come and manifest in the flesh, to come and manifest for you to enjoy. And now that you have connected the dots that your desire cannot possibly be separate from you, can always only be one with you because it comes from you, start remembering this principle, start implementing it in your day-to-day life, and start living by that principle. Your desire is promised, your desire is guaranteed because you are one with your desire. And by identifying with it, by accepting your oneness with that desire, you are bringing forth its manifestation in the world of the senses. This is it. It might sound advanced. At the same time, it's also very fundamental. It's actually fairly simple and basic as a principle. You just need to bring yourself to accept that truth and embody that truth in your day-to-day life. And that, you guys, goes for every and all desires. It goes for every and all manifestations. And if you embrace this principle and live by it, you are going to start experiencing miracles in your day-to-day life, whether you see it or not right now, whether you believe it or not. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care. And bye-bye.